Spider Dan's next objective was the 100-story summit of Chicago's John Hancock Center. He enlisted trainer Tony McGuire to help him prepare for the climb.
I came on to teach him what I had learned being a gymnast, so he could be stronger in all the different things he was trying to do.
Dan realized that suction cups wouldn't get him to the top of the Hancock.
I started studying the I-beams on the building and realized that I should develop a tool that would basically allow me to clamp it.
On Veterans Day, November 11th, 1981, Dan began climbing up the side of the John Hancock Center.
And there was no way that anybody was going to be able to catch him.
But Chicago Fire Commissioner William Blair had his own idea of how to stop Spider Dan.
I look up, and to my horror, I couldn't believe it, but I could see this guy with a fire hose, aiming it right at me.
With Dan clinging to the side of the 37th floor, 338 feet in the air, Blair gave a controversial order to turn the fire hoses on Dan.
These guys are actually trying to knock me off the building.
Chicago Police Superintendent Richard Brezek arrived at the scene.
Because I'm trying to find out who gave that order.
When I got up to the 38th floor where the fire commissioner was, I went up to him and I says, "What the hell are you doing?" And he proceeded to explain to me that Goodwin uses suction cups, and they were trying to make it difficult for him to go up.
But Dan wasn't using suction cups. He was clamped onto the side of the building.
If he had been on suction cups, he probably would be dead right now.
I thought for sure he was a goner a couple times.
I really thought that this was it, that I was going to die, but I wanted to die at least fighting for it.
Dan hung on for life as Superintendent Brezek and Commissioner Blair battled over Dan's fate.
I asked him to look down below, and he had his fire trucks parked on the sidewalk there. And I told him that I controlled the tow trucks, and I was going to tow his fire trucks for being illegally parked.
The crowds are starting to chant. The people are freaking out.
Let him go! Let him go!
At that point, Superintendent Brezek read a court order prohibiting Dan from climbing any further. But Dan ignored the order, and Mayor Jane Byrne was called in to settle the high-rise, high-profile problem.
As I pulled up, there was a huge crowd on the east side of the Hancock, and I thought, boy, what a mess. And I rode up, looked out the window when I got there, and perched like a bird right beneath me was Dan.
This lady's head popped out through the window, and it turned out it was the mayor of the city.
I said, "Do you realize you're breaking a law?" "Yes." I said, "Are you willing to go up at your own risk with no culpability to the city?" "Yes." And I thought, that's it. Go.
And there he goes.
Nearly 6 hours after he began, Dan Goodwin conquered the John Hancock. He was promptly arrested.
When we brought him out onto the street from inside the Hancock building, the crowd control problems arose again. Primarily young women breaking through the police lines, wanting to go touch him, kiss him. He was a celebrity.
Dan was fined for contempt of court, but he still had buildings to climb.
25-year-old, 155-pound Spider-Man Dan Goodwin versus the John Hancock. It was not his highest climb. He scaled all 110 stories of Sears Tower last Memorial Day. The Hancock is 97 floors tall. And it was not his first climb here. He tried the Hancock earlier this month. But it was his most dramatic climb. At first, things went smoothly. By 8 o'clock, he was at the 20th floor. By 9 a.m., he was pinned at the 37th floor, with water cascading over him. Water from Chicago firefighter hoses.
And the reason why I'm here is because I'm trying to find out who gave that order, and we're trying to take control of the situation.
Obviously, in your judgment, then, this morning was not handled the best way it could have been.
It wouldn't have been my decision, I'll tell you that.
You're going to find out who gave the order?
We'll find out who gave the order, and I think that this thing has to be settled as to what's more appropriate as to how to deal with the situation.
That order came from Fire Commissioner William Blair. Police Superintendent Brezek disagrees with you on that.
That's his right. This is America, isn't it?
Said it was dangerous, was very upset that that water was sprayed.
That's his opinions, not mine.
You still stand by the
Right.
actions?
I think so. I think that he has taken a terrific risk, and I think he's setting a bad example for an awful lot of kids. And somebody is going to try this someday that isn't nearly as capable as he is, and it's going to be dangerous.
You wish he would be stopped?
I wish he would stop doing this, because it's only a matter of time until somebody tries to do it that's not as capable as he is.
Finally, Mayor Byrne arrived to unblock the physical and political impasse. She negotiated with Spider-Man, Breezick, and Blair, and the climb went on. Spider-Man got a coat and was told to tap his head 3 times if he needed assistance from the city.
The commissioner had told him that if he went on, he would be going on at his own risk, that the fire department would be available on every floor if he gets tired or fatigued to pull him in, and there he goes.
Let him go! 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 Let him go!
Better than watching the Bears here. And the Cubbies.
More interesting.
Definitely, definitely.
By noon, thousands had gathered on the street below, inside buildings across from the Hancock, and inside the Hancock itself to watch the climb. Spider-Man seemed unperturbed, but the question remained about the purpose of this third high climb in Chicago.
And although the equipment is crude and is slow and dangerous, I think that if I had cooperation in the insurance company and building owners, that we could develop equipment that could be used very quickly and very safely and save lives in case there was a major fire in one of these major buildings, such as the John Hancock.
His hero, Spider-Man, Dan felt that he had a responsibility to make the world better.
Not that I thought of myself as Spider-Man, I thought of myself being in a unique position where I could actually influence and make some changes.
With great power comes great responsibility.